Anatomy of a pageant sash. In this 3-part series, I'll be explaining step by step how I create sashes for my clients, including my workflow. Before I can create a custom sash for a client, there's a design phase. We discuss colors, logos, fonts, and other specifics that will make their sash unique. I make 2 colorways of sash, single color, which are 4 inches wide, and 2 color, which is about 5 inches wide. Once colors are decided, we determine which style and length are needed. There are 2 styles of sash I make: the full wrap with hook and loop closure that goes from shoulder to hip, or the stole that goes around both shoulders and hangs in the front. I'll be making 54 and 72 inch sashes because these are the most common lengths. Generally speaking, sashes are made of satin. I use a polyester crepe back satin for the outer. I use polyester because it's color fast and can be washed. For the center, I use either a matte polyester bridal satin or a similar weight fabric. This stands up to the embroidery and won't pucker too much with dense stitching. In order for the satin to be able to take embroidery, it has to be interfaced. I use a medium weight fusible interfacing for both outer and center fabrics. This gives the sash some body without being too heavy. Once all these decisions have been made, it's time to prepare the fabric for embroidery. This requires cutting the white satin in 4 inch by 54 inch lengths and 4 inch by 72 inch lengths. I'll repeat the entire process with the outer sash fabric into strips that are 6 inches wide by the appropriate sash length. Once I've cut all the fabric, I repeat the entire process with the interfacing. After all the fabric and interfacing have been cut, it's time to fuse them together. This is easily the most physically labor-intensive part of the process. While fabric prep is the most physically challenging portion of the process, the digitizing portion is easily the most mentally challenging. Typically, I'll start with a concept and create or find an embroidery file that'll best suit the needs of my client. Any fonts I use either came with my embroidery software, are paid for by me, then digitized, or completely free for use by the designer and then digitized by my software. For this client, I was given permission to use their logo as provided by the organization with no modifications and given creative liberty with font choice. I chose to continue using the font that had been used by previous sash makers to maintain continuity from year to year in pictures. In some cases, I can't get an exact copy of the font, but I can get a very close approximation. Since I've been donating sashes for this event since 2016, I have all the files digitized and saved in my computer. I just pull them up and transfer them to my embroidery machine. If I didn't have them saved or my files were corrupted, I could recreate them easily because I keep a visual record of all sashes I make and a list of what each event needs to be made. In Part 2, we'll look at the process for hooping and embroidering each sash. Part 3 will cover construction and finishing.